What is up, guys? Today is Wednesday, October 21st, 2020. I'm Brock. We're talking sports. My co-host here, Zach, is here as well. Yep, we are all here, and we will be talking sports today. The first news is MLB. So this was the NLCS, but the Dodgers set a postseason record. They scored 11 runs in one inning. Most runs scored in an inning in postseason history. And now we have the Dodgers and the Rays in the World Series. The Dodgers won Game 1 of the World Series. I just think the Dodgers are going to win the World Series in all, just because of how good that team is. And, by the way, guys, don't forget today, go to Taco Bell. You can get a free Doritos Locos Taco. That is going on today. So if you want a free Doritos Locos Taco, go to Taco Bell. You can get it for free. Also, the Washington Nationals named a new pitching coach. Jim Hickey will be the pitching coach for the Nationals. And the New York Mets got a new owner. His name is Steve Cohen. He is a billionaire, Steve Cohen. He now has 95% of the New York Mets there. That was news just a day or two ago. And this happened last night as well. Sad news for the MLB. Former Major League umpire Darryl Cousins, who worked 3 World Series during his career, umpired over 3 decades, has died. He was age 74. Rest in peace to Darryl Cousins. But yeah, Randy Arozarena for the Tampa Bay Rays is unbelievable. And also, this was very interesting to see that Cody Bellinger dislocated his shoulder in Game 7 of the NLCS. He hit a home run, and then he high-fived or did an elbow bump with one of his teammates, and he popped his shoulder out of the socket. And then he popped it back in, but he was fine. And then 2 days later, after he dislocated his shoulder, he hit it. And I'll give you some context. Before the game, he said, if I hit a home run, I'm not doing that again. And he said, what we're going to do is toe tap. And he hit a home run, and he tapped his toes with all the other players instead of giving high fives and stuff. That was pretty funny. But to hit a home run 2 days after you dislocated your shoulder, that was pretty crazy. Now, for college football, Florida has a massive outbreak. Florida football, there are a ton of people that got tested positive, and it was one of the coaches as well, and a bunch of players. But yeah, they postponed their game for this Saturday. And now Zach was telling me before the podcast, and I already heard this, some side news, that Purdue head coach will tested positive. He will not be coaching for his season opener there, but he'll be back soon once he recovers from the virus. Michigan has a huge loss. Nico Collins is preparing for the NFL draft. He will not be playing the season. For Michigan, this is a huge loss, being one of the best receivers. But good for him that he's preparing for the draft. But man, Michigan is going to miss him. He is going to be missed for Michigan.
I'll say this, like I said to you before we started doing the podcast, is that I can see from his perspective of why he wants to not play this season, because if you get hurt and you are if you play a couple weeks, then you're probably one of the best receivers in college football at the time. and then you get hurt or something, then that kind of diminishes where you get picked. So I can see why he doesn't want to play this season if he's probably going to be one of the top prospects in the NFL draft in 2021.
Yeah.
So he's probably saving all of his stuff for the combine and getting ready for the season away from the team. I bet he'll still show up to practice and everything, but
there's been rumors
team
that he
meetings and
hasn't been
stuff,
doing that either.
I mean, like he'll show up to team meetings and stuff, but he won't be practicing with the team. He'll be.
Yeah, because there was some news saying that the last time Michigan heard from Nico Collins was August, and then he announced that he's preparing for the draft just a couple days ago. But yeah, I mean, I respect his decision, but as a Michigan fan, I don't know. I'm glad that he's doing this, but it will hurt Michigan, obviously. But I do respect...
And I think one of Purdue's top wide receivers is not playing this season because, well, he opted out, I think.
Oh, yeah, I heard that. Do you know the name?
He's preparing for the draft as well.
Do you know his name?
I do not. I mean,
yeah, I heard that a couple days ago.
I would remember, but I don't remember who it was exactly.
All right.
I just know it was one of the Purdue's wide receivers.
Yeah.
He said that like when like they were allowed to opt out of the season and stuff. So
yeah.
That would have been like August or June or something.
Now we go to Tennessee football. This was interesting. After they lost their last game, they fired their defensive line coach. I'm imagining because they allowed a lot of points, I'm guessing. But yeah, they fired him. Colorado State and New Mexico, their football game is canceled because of COVID-19 positive tests there as well. Also, I heard of LSU quarterback, the Brennan you know that kid?
Who's quarterback?
LSU, like Brennan or something like that.
No, I'm not familiar with LSU's quarterbacks. At least for this season.
Ed Orgeron said that he is questionable because he has like a rib injury or a chest injury. So that's going to be interesting to see if he's going to be able to play there as well.
Did you see on Saturday what Clemson did to Georgia Tech?
They demolished.
Oh, yeah.
They put a punter in it. They put a punter in and they got a completed pass. By the way, guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, Clemson made Georgia Tech not a football team. They were.
I don't think Georgia Tech is a football team to begin with.
Yeah, Clemson won 73-7, and in the fourth quarter, Clemson put a punter in, and he completed a pass. I mean, is it disrespectful? I was hearing some controversy on it, if that's disrespectful or not, to put your punter in.
Of course it's disrespectful.
I would say so.
You don't score 45 points in the first quarter alone on a team. That's disrespectful.
I mean, they're just playing football, just scoring that much. But yeah, if they put Trevor Lawrence in the second half, he would have broken Clemson's record for passing touchdowns. What, he had like 5? He had 5 in the first half? It was pretty crazy. Now, some Big Ten news. Michigan State linebackers Luke Fulton and Charles Wilkes are suspended after they got charges for assault. Those two linebackers have been suspended there as well. And Southern Miss interim coach Scott Walden tested positive, so I don't know who's going to be coaching for that game now.
Probably one of the offensive coaches.
Or an offensive line or something like that.
Yeah.
But now we go to the NFL. We have some sad news here. Vaughn McClure, member of ESPN NFL coverage team since 2013, died this week at his home in Atlanta. He was 48. He came to ESPN after covering the Bears for Chicago Tribune for 6 seasons. But yeah, died at such a young age, 48 years old. Rest in peace, Vaughn McClure. And also a Pro Football Hall of Famer, Fred Dean, died. He was 68 years old. Rest in peace to him. The Titans left tackle Taylor Lewan tore his ACL. He will be out for the season. And the Titans got fined. The NFL had a COVID-19 review, and some people weren't wearing masks, so the Titans are going to be fined there. And a huge loss for the Philadelphia Eagles here. Zach Ertz is out for 3 to 4 weeks. You want to talk about this? How big of a loss this is?
I mean, aside from Carson Wentz having no offensive line whatsoever, besides Kelsey, this is a major loss. I think Wentz just lost his security blanket. Wentz lost his security blanket to go to, because Zach Ertz has been that guy for so long for Wentz, and he's gone for multiple weeks. And when you don't have an offensive line, you kind of need that security blanket.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I was gonna do this before we started the NFL news. Zach went to the Colts game. He's a big Colts fan. He went to the Colts game. Zach, why don't you just share, like, what was going on there, what you do, how was it? How was the experience?
Well, security was, I mean, we got through security pretty quickly. A quick temperature check, got scanned, went through security. They had, within the stadium, they had a white line down the middle of the hallways, and they had please stay to your right or please stay to your left on both sides of the walkway. They had the 6 feet stickers, but I mean, people weren't really following that, because if you have so many people in line for something, it's going to take up the entire hallway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, people were crowded up against the wall for that. That was my only issue with that. We had, like the seats that weren't being used had zip ties around them. We had to wear our masks while we're in the stadium, obviously, unless we were eating or drinking. The roof was open, the window was open, which was the first time for me getting to see that. What else? I did a survey, and they said that there was pumped-in fan noise, but I couldn't hear it.
Interesting. What about the game? Like, I know that the Colts were losing and they came back. How was that experience, man?
Well, watching the Colts not get a first down at all in the first quarter was kind of rough. Watching the defense just let the Bengals march down the field and score 21 answered points kind of made me have a heart attack. I was like, oh no, this is going to be a horrible game. Let a rookie come in here and and score.
Well,
I mean, on you.
The ending though. I mean, it worked out.
I mean, of course it worked out. I mean, we tied it before halftime, I think.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. I took some good pictures.
Yeah, by the way, guys, while he's talking about this, I'm going to put all the pictures in there. He did incredible pictures. I don't know how in the world he got that, but these are insane pictures. But yeah. I mean, it must have been fun there.
Oh, yeah, it was. Lucas Oil, I gotta say this about Lucas Oil Stadium. Lucas Oil Stadium, although it's like an indoor stadium, it has a pretty good atmosphere there. Good staff, good, good food. It's good atmosphere there. If you haven't been to a game there, I'd recommend you completely go to a game there because it's amazing. The stadium itself is just amazing. So, yeah.
Yeah, it must have been really fun there. Good for you to see the Colts win.
It was no Miami Dolphins game, I'll tell you that, because I was at that.
And speaking,
I was at that game.
Really?
Yep, I was at that Miami Dolphins game where they completely lost to the Dolphins. And I've been to a couple games the past couple years.
Speaking of Miami Dolphins, Tua.
Yeah, Tua.
Tua is the starting quarterback. What do you feel about Fitz? He's going to be a good role model.
I'll say this about the Dolphins situation and letting Tua be the starting quarterback. I love Tua. Don't get me wrong. Tua's a great quarterback. Injury prone? Yes. But he has no offensive line whatsoever. I mean, neither does Joe Burrow, but he's doing great things with it. I'm not saying that Tua won't do great things with it. I'm just saying that if you put a rookie in there who is very injury prone with no line, he may or may not
get killed
and re-injure that hip or have another season-ending injury, and then you're right back to where you started for the first 6 games with Brian Fitzpatrick. So, I think and I love Brian Flores as well. I think he sees stuff that we don't see, or sees things that people don't see as much, and that's great. But at the same time, I think you gotta realize who your quarterbacks are, who's good in a situation with no offensive line, who's the veteran here, and that's Fitzpatrick. And he's good under pressure, and do amazing. He can do amazing things. He's henceforth the nickname Fitzmagic. But I still think it's too early for Tua to start. Look what Andy Reid did with Alex Smith and Patrick Mahomes. He let Patrick Mahomes sit for 2 years. 2 years before before they traded Alex Smith to Washington. So do that. Have Tua sit for 2 years. Sign Fitzpatrick for another deal in the offseason and let him be the quarterback for one more year in Miami. Instead of, starting Tua right away for six games after the bye. Because the Miami Dolphins are on a bye this week. And I think that was their plan anyway, to have Fitzpatrick start 6 games and then move on to Tua. But I still think that's a horrible idea. Because he's going to get killed up there.
Yeah. Now we move on to the Patrick Mahomes is now the fastest quarterback to reach 90 touchdown passes. He did it in 37 games. The record was held by Dan Marino, who had 90 touchdown passes in 40 games. But now Patrick Mahomes did it in 37 games. Congrats to Patty Mahomes. Now we will move on to the power rankings. Power rankings here. Right?
We're doing picks. We're doing picks as well?
Yes. Picks are after. Alright. So, 32 Jets, obviously. 31 Giants. 30 Jags. 29 Washington. 28 Falcons. 27 Bengals. 26 Texans. 25 Vikings. 24 Broncos. The Lions are 23. Eagles.
What?
The Lions are 23.
Okay.
Eagles are now 22. Chargers 21. The Cowboys 20. 19 is the Dolphins. 18 Panthers. 17 49ers. 16 Cardinals. 15 Raiders. 14 now the Patriots. 13 Browns. 12 Colts. 11 Bears.
You can't get to the top 10? Come on.
I know, man. 10 is the Rams. 9 is the Saints. 8 is the Bills. 7 is the Bucks. 6 Packers. 5 Titans. 4 Ravens. 3 Steelers. 2 Chiefs. 1 Seahawks. How do you think? What do you think about it?
I still think that the Colts should be higher than, 12?
Yeah. Bears are 11.
I'm still not a believer in the Bears.
Whatever. Look at the record, bud.
Look at the Colts record. That's
About the same record.
That's my opinion. It's not right or wrong.
I know.
But I still don't believe that the Bears are as good as a team as they, 1, believe themselves to be, and 2, they still don't have an offensive line, really, to do anything.
Yeah.
So that'd be hard. So, I don't know. It's just a matter of opinion.
Yeah. Now we go to picks here. First game is the Thursday night game, Giants and the Eagles. I am going Eagles, even though both teams aren't that great.
I'll go Eagles too.
Yeah, it's not a great game, but it is what it is. Next, Jaguars and the Chargers. I'm going Chargers.
Going Chargers because Herbert
Yeah.
Herbert with the 4 touchdowns. First rookie to do that. Impressed me.
Yeah. Ugh, this game. Ugh. Lions and the Falcons.
Falcons.
Yeah, I'm going to the Falcons. They're both bad teams. Next, the Browns and the Bengals. I'm going to go with the Browns. What are you going with the Browns and the Bengals?
I'll go with Bengals.
All right.
I'll say this. I thought that the Colts would blow out the Bengals. Honestly, I honestly thought that. Joe Burrow impressed me. Seeing that rookie in person impressed me. I'm not gonna lie. He can do great things.
And that kid is only a rookie. He's gonna be. That kid's gonna be incredible. He's only a rookie. He has so much time left.
But he impressed me enough to say, even if he got blown out by the Colts, he would still bounce back next week against the Browns and hopefully do some good with them.
Yeah.
So I'm going Bengals because Joe Burrow really impressed me this past weekend.
This next game, possibly the game of the week, Steelers and the Titans.
Oh, I hate the Steelers, so I'm going Titans.
Yeah, I've got to go Titans here too.
The Titans. I'd say the Eagles game that the Steelers won was kind of going back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that there was any clear winner there. I think that if Claypool didn't have such a big game, that the Steelers would have lost that one because they didn't. I don't think they had Juju in that one. In that game. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I forget.
But I think that win against the Eagles that the Steelers won was kind of a fluke. Honestly. So I'm going because one, they're on a hot streak right now. Who would want to pick against the Titans?
Yeah.
So.
Next game we have is the Panthers and the Saints. I'm going the Saints here.
I'm going with Saints too. Mike Thomas is presumably going to be back after 7 weeks?
Yeah.
6 weeks, including the bye that they had last week. So I'm going to go Saints because Drew Brees and Mike Thomas never fail.
Next, this is probably the easiest pick ever. Bills on the Jets. Bills. Next we have is the Cowboys in Washington.
Cowboys and who?
Washington.
Let's go Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cowboys here too. I mean, yeah.
I think Washington will ultimately win, but
well, then why are you picking the Cowboys?
Because I need a couple of days to mull it over. This pick might change.
Okay.
In a couple of days, I'll let you know.
Okay.
This pick might change.
All right.
I'm just letting you know.
Packers and the Texans.
Aaron Rodgers is losing 2 games in a row.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I picked Packers here. Next, we have the Seahawks and the Cardinals.
teams are pretty hot right now.
Yeah.
So, depending on where they are, if they're in Arizona, I pick the Cardinals. If they're in Seattle, are they in Seattle?
I have no clue. Let me look it up.
But they're gonna win. Seattle's gonna win. So.
Let me see. They are in, they're in Seattle? No. No. It's at Cardinals. Cardinals.
They're in Arizona?
Yeah.
Then let's say Arizona.
Alright.
I'd like to see Arizona win against Seattle this year.
Yeah, I have the Seahawks on this one. Next, we have the Chiefs and the Broncos.
Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs are going to win that. 49ers and the Patriots.
Oh, the Patriots. Bill Belichick's not losing 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah. Next, we have the Buccaneers and the Raiders.
Raiders.
Really?
No.
Against TB12?
This is a toss-up for me, so I'll pick Raiders. That might change.
All right. Next, we have the Bears and the Rams. This is going to be a good game, but the Bears are going to win this. He said, "Uno momento." The suspense is killing. What's it going to be? The Bears or the Rams?
Who do the Bears play?
The Rams.
Rams.
Oh my gosh, I thought I was going to... When will you pick the Bears?
When they impress me.
Yeah, when they
They
play
have
the
not
Jets.
impressed me.
Huh.
So when the Bears impress me, I'll pick the Bears.
Okay. Well, we did our picks. We got all the news. I think that's it, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think we covered it all. Alright, I'm going to end the video. Hopefully you all enjoyed this podcast. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, click the bell so you don't miss any more videos. I'll see you all later. Peace.